There you go.
All right. So, Mary, what is therapeutic music?
So therapeutic music is different from music therapy. And this is part of my goal as an educator, especially for music therapists out there. They're like, nope, you're doing therapeutic music. You're not doing music therapy. So for those of us who have been alive and experienced any kind of therapy, we might think of talk therapy when you're talking to your therapist, art therapy when you're doing art, music therapy with a board certified music therapist. You are doing music. You might have assignments to write something. You might definitely have something that you have to interact with. Okay, so that's music therapy, focusing on the therapy. Okay, therapeutic music, jazz music, rock and roll music, blues music. We focus on the music itself. So that's the difference. So I'm in training to be a certified music practitioner. The word therapist is not a part of my training. It's a totally different thing. What it looks like is I use music to do the therapy. And we'll be talking more about that. Your job as a person who's receiving the music is just that. You listen. You can be asleep. That's actually one of our goals as certified music practitioners. Providing live therapeutic music is to help people through the healing process, and sleep is a great way to heal.
Great. Anyone have any questions about therapeutic music? So, what kind of settings do you practice in?
Right. Okay. So a certified music practitioner, which I'm a student of, is at the bedside in hospitals and hospice situations, and also in skilled nursing facilities, any place that someone would like to receive healing through music. We call it, the easiest way to think about it is music by the bedside, because it's one-to-one. And you're focused on, the practitioner is focused on that one person that is receiving it. So specific, especially like in a hospital, the practitioner will be looking at the different machines that show the heart rate, the blood pressure, all of those different things we are learned to watch. We enter the space, we ask permission to be there. Which is one great thing that a lot of people, when they're in hospitals or sometimes even in hospice, we might feel out of control. Everybody's doing stuff to us, and just the option to say, no, I don't want that, is sometimes very empowering, right? So back in the hospital, if that person says yes, the practitioner will say, great, I'm just going to play some music for you for the next 20 minutes or so. You tell me when you want me to leave. And we look at the person, we look at their signs, and we entrain to them. And the word entrain basically just means that you get in sync, right? You've probably experienced entrainment at a concert when everybody's jumping up and down to the same beat, right? Everybody's heart actually starts beating the same because there's so many people that you eventually entrain to each other, right? So we try to entrain to the patient. And if that patient has high anxiety, we use the music to get their heartbeat to a stable space. And music has the power to do that. So that's what that would look like in a hospital setting.
Do you actually take vitals before and after? Or...
We observe them. We are not nurses or practitioners in that way, but we definitely observe the starting and the ending. That's vitals. Yeah.
That's really cool.
Yeah.
So what are some sample interventions that have proven to be curative or to help ease people's moods? What are some interventions for mental health? And tell me more about that.
So the word intervention is great. How would you all define intervention?
Like a remedy.
A remedy. Awesome. Okay. I'm actually in a band called The Remedies because we all believe in the healing power of music, right? So also certified music practitioners, we see the difference between healing and curing. Okay. I'm not going to cure you of your cancer, but I can help you heal your attitude and your way of being with this thing. Okay. So in that sense, I'm going to throw it out to all of you. How have you experienced music as an intervention, either mentally or physically, either personally or by someone that you met or observed? So anybody share with us how music has helped you?
Well, it's several different, I have in many ways, music influenced me. But one in particular, when you mentioned hospital, right before my dad passed, it was hospice, and we brought him home to pass. And I went in his room, and it was just my dad and myself, and I played the song from the Pretenders, "I'll Stand By You," because he always stood by me, and no matter what. And just, playing that for him and myself, I know he heard me, and it gave me such peace. And the nurses and doctors all said that they can hear. That's like one of the last things to go. So
Yes.
I know he heard, and I know we were together on that. And that was really special for me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you, Christy.
Thank you.
Yep, I know those who have like anxiety or anxious, like having playlists,
Yes.
whether it's like on your phone or in a little, whatever you call the little music storage devices now. Yeah, we used to have, but now everyone keeps it on their phone, but just having that playlist, and I know, just with earbuds playing it not only works for us who can like push our own buttons and set it up, but also for those maybe who need help getting that started, just the music will come.
Nice.
Oh.
Joel is waving his hand. Hey, Joel, how are you? It's good to see you.
I have always loved music since I was a little kid. It's a necessity. I must have music in my life. Unfortunately, even if you're watching television, there's always a lot of music. And I intentionally will play music on my computer or CDs. It's just great. There's nothing that replaces music for me. I love it, and I find it strange that there are a lot of people that don't appreciate music. They could hear a wonderful musician a street musician and just walk by like they never heard it. So that's my thing. Music is great.
Thank you. Thanks, Joel.
I remember on September 11th. And remember watching our senators and representatives of Congress stand in front of the Capitol building, and they didn't pass any legislation. They didn't write a resolution, nothing like that. They just stood there in unison and sang.
Do you remember what they sang?
They sang our national anthem, and they sang American Beautiful.
Excellent.
So it is truly that universal language.
Yes. Yes, it is. Boy, which makes me think of two songs actually that I would like to share with you. One, I thank you all, by the way, for sharing your thoughts and ideas. That this is what makes this fun. As a teacher, I always say my favorite teacher is my students. So thank you. The national anthem is something that when I work with seniors, whether they have dementia or not, they know the words, right? And it's also holiday time, right? And I'll go to skilled nursing facilities and someone might not know how to say their name, but they can sing Silent Night, right? So music and memory is one thing. And I like what you said, Renee, about the personal playlist, right? Because it is about us. So if you're a Vietnam veteran, you might not want to hear the national anthem. I like to say one person's Mozart is another person's Metallica.
Yeah.
Right? So that idea of having music be personal is really important. It makes a huge difference, right? There's something called music and memory, that some of you are nodding your heads, and it was brought up for seniors and people with dementia, but it really works for all of us. And that idea of having a personalized playlist to help us get through hard times. So this is scientifically evidence-based stuff. And they created a playlist for people with dementia that were literally, this one gentleman especially was non-communicative, would not even look up. And they found some music that he associated with joy. And he literally became alive. And if you're interested, the name of the documentary is Alive Inside. So music and memory, we all know music, right? And it helps our memory. And it can help us memorize things like 26 different things. If I told y'all you have to memorize 26 things, right? In order.
Mhm. Could
Could you do it? Could you do it?
Not without other help.
Yeah.
A, B, sing with me. H-I-J-K-L-M-N-O-P-Q-R-S-T-U-V-W-X-Y-and-Z. Now I know my ABCs. Next time, won't you feed me the cheese? Feed me the cheese? Okay, no. Anyway, sing with me. Thank you for singing with me. You just sang 27 things in order, very random. Most of those letters have the same sound. It's why we have to say T as in turtle
Mhm.
instead of P as in penguin, because they sound the same. And because of music, you've memorized that. Maybe you haven't sung that for years and years and years, but you memorized those 26 things. That's music and memory. So as the holidays are coming along, people might say, are you going home for the holidays, right? And I think that's a trick question, because I think it always depends upon where we call our home, right? So are you going home for the holidays? Yes or no? Yep. And where is that? With your family? And where is that?
Now you're
In where?
New York.
New York City. But where do you actually live? Where will you go? In Culpeper, right? Nice. So home can be your family. Awesome. Are you going home for the holidays? Staying home. You get my drift. So I wrote this song when I was in Japan teaching English as a second language out there. It's about home and music. But when you're going home, where is your home? What is a home? The start of home is healthy, with happy holidays. Home is friends and family all around. They're being honest, giving honor. Here you know you will be heard. When you've lost your hope, it always can be found. Home is where your heart is. Home can be here, it can be far. Home is where your heart is. Make your home where you are. I was sitting on the back porch, back from traveling around the world. Welcome home, my family said to me, and they are open to my changes. They know about my past, talk of open doors and opportunities. They say to me, they say, home is where your heart is. And we know home can be here, can be far. Home is where your heart is. We will love you wherever you are. I was sitting on the back porch, back from traveling around the world. Welcome home, my family said to me, this is the wrong verse. Music is a language understood in every land. If you listen to the feelings in the tones, and it can fill a room with magic, changing strangers into friends. Where there's music, I will never feel alone. I feel at home. Home is where your heart is. We know home can be here, can be far. Home is where your heart is. So I make my home, no matter where I roam, singing, make your home right where you are. When you're going home. Thank you.
Yeah.
So the international language of music, right? It's not necessarily about the words. 9/11, one of the most popular songs on the radio, born in the USA, right? We wanted to have that patriotic feeling. We wanted to have that dun, 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 dun. We wanted to feel strong. Does anybody know what the words to Born in the USA are about? Bruce Springsteen?
No.
It's about a Vietnam veteran coming home and not having a job and not having hope and being poor. It's not necessarily a strong song lyrically, but as far as the beat and the tones and the sounds, that's what music power is really about. Yeah, we like words. I'm a lyricist, I like words. But for music and the power, it's really about the sounds. So I have another question for you. Do you have a favorite sound? I love the sound of rain because it reminds me of being at my parents' cabin and listening to the rain on the roof and then going for a walk in the rain and feeling very much at peace. So I love the sound of because.
Well, I love the sound of bass when I'm seeing live music, especially the bass, because it just fills me inside and it feels like it's coming out of me, and then I'm part of it. All the magic. I love the bass. It's all about the bass. But yeah.
Any of our online audience, what are your favorite sounds?
Piano, I love when a song is done just with a piano. I just love the piano. I don't have one at home and I don't play, but I love the sound. It's just a great instrument. It's got all the tones of our voices right there on the piano. So that's my little bit.
I have one more. I don't know why this didn't come naturally to me. The trombone. I used to play trombone since like 5th grade through high school, marching band and all. And a lot of the bands that I see, they had a brass section, and trombone is in is a major part of it. And people take videos of the band playing, I'll take videos of the trombone. Or just a still of the trombone sitting in a stand on the stage waiting for everybody. That's my MO. But the
Nice.
trombone, it just brings me memories of my childhood, the joy it brought me playing, you
Mhm.
know, and so yeah, the trombone. And the
Awesome.
bass. And trombone is the bass instrument, so there you go.
There you go. I like that
Hmm.
connection.
I like the sound of family chatter. Family chatter. If you're ever, on the outside listening in, it's just very warm and it reminds me of growing up and can't really distinguish what's being said. You
Uh-huh.
just know it's caring and love and yeah, togetherness, I guess.
Nice.
Family chatter.
Similar to that, I like the sound of someone on a conversation on the phone, just hearing them and, when they're really into the conversation, there's like pauses, there's give and take, and, they get to a storytelling mode and the conversation just goes very smoothly and there's no interruption.
It has its own rhythm.
Right.
There you go. Right?
Mhm.
Excellent.
I love listening to either cadence, like military, like marching or marching band marching or tap dancing,
Oh,
like the little,
those little rhythms.
now,
Right.
I can't stand like water dripping.
Ah.
Right. When you're in a seminar or something and somebody is clicking their pen,
Oh,
like with no rhythm whatsoever. So I think it's the rhythm of like the tap dancing or the marching that is soothing, not the little irritating
Mhm.
sounds.
Right. It's not ASMR.
Oh, yeah.
Are you familiar with ASMR?
I am not. Please teach me.
I'm not familiar with it either, but I know there's videos that people will listen to of just someone typing because that sound to them is very soothing.
Nice. Excellent. Thank you.
Oh, yeah.
And it's a visual thing too?
Yeah.
There's also something called bilateral music, which is evidence-based, and you can look it up and I'll put it on the list at the end, which is music that's been recorded. And especially if you have headphones on, it will move from one headphone to the other. So it's crossing your brain, right? And so we know also physically when we cross our median line, that can help us energetically and in different calming ways. So yeah, it's called bilateral
I wonder if
music.
the
Same
Beatles
thing as
had,
walking.
There you go. Especially if you cross your arms. Yeah,
I wonder if the Beatles had that in mind when their song number 9.
maybe,
Mhm.
maybe the way that'd be something to research. You let us know,
That
Christy.
goes from back and forth.
Right?
Yeah.
Right. And back to the personal idea of chatter. I love that. I just forgot your name.
Lori.
Lori, I know you. Thank you. Of family chatter. For me, my memories of family chatter are not necessarily powerful in a good way. So everybody's, again, back to that personal playlist and claiming and knowing what works for you. And if the family chatter doesn't work for you, do something else that does, right? So everybody has a story.
Oh, Charlene saying hello. Charlene, do you have something to add?
Yeah, right now I've learned to like, and I do like the noise of traffic.
Huh.
We moved into a senior center and we face Princess Anne Road, which is very busy. Hospital one way, police station the other.
Huh.
So I have learned to do things with the background of traffic and sirens.
Wow. And you've learned to like it, Charlene?
Yeah, I've learned actually at least half of it gets tuned out.
Okay. Awesome. Good for you. Thank you.
When we first started talking about this session, we talked about how music, it's not just the lyrics or the instrument, it's also just even people that are deaf can hear music. 'Cause they can hear
Yes.
the reverberations or
Yes.
feel.
So there's something called resonance. Oh, I resonate with that, right? We bring these things into our language. Means in a sense, you're in tune with it. And so we hear with more than our ears. There are other places on our body that help us hear. Here's the question: how else do we hear besides these things?
Feeling.
Feeling. Yeah. So our skin has something in the cells that I just forgot the name of. Every cell in your skin has a receptor that can feel the vibration. So sound is a physical vibration. And how we receive it is through our ears. There's the little hammer of the eardrum, right? There's the cells in our skin, and there's another one. Where's the other place that we can feel things or hear them?
Sight.
Seeing it. Yeah, we could maybe see the sound waves, especially that way. I'm not sure if we can feel it through our eyes, but you ever heard the expression, oh, I feel that in my bones?
Mm,
Okay. Especially when you like that bass music,
mm.
it's going into your bones. And for some people are so sensitive that heavy bass could make them sick. So those very low tones, when we're in the hospital working with patients, depending upon what their needs are, we might stay away from the super low tones because it's going to affect them differently, especially for babies in ICU units. We got to watch those different tones, those different physical wavelengths, because they're going to affect us differently. Yeah. Yeah.
Isn't there a tone that they call it? What is it? Something hurts. I have to remember the number. But like the calming tone.
Yeah. So 440, for example, is the wavelength for the note of, do you know? I'm not going to put you on the spot.
Is it C?
It's an A. It's an A. And it's very interesting because in Europe, they go by 443 hertz. Here we go by 440. There's this great debate. Some people here in the United States do too. I'm not a physicist. I'm not a symphony conductor. I really don't care, to be that honest. When you have 100, 443 or 440, it's okay for me. But it's fascinating that the physics of the sound can be very, very powerful that way, and what tones work and what tones are not as calming.
I even saw a study on water and playing the calming tone to water and how the molecules or the crystals
Yes.
can be fractured, but then playing the calming, they become these beautiful structures. So on the micro level,
Yes.
it makes a difference.
Yeah.
So if we think about mental health, we can see that, music has a tremendous impact on our mental health. Those are just some examples, because that was going to be my next question. I was like, we've already answered that. But do you know of any, specific mental health interventions that have been used for depression, let's say, or for deep depression?
I can say from my own personal family experience, and then also my own personal experience. So my father definitely dealt with depression, and he might have been bipolar. We're not sure. He never wanted to get tested. So a rose by any other name, right? Does it really matter? He loved music. He loved Zydeco music, which is a dance music, and he would exercise to Zydeco music, and that would definitely help him get out of a blue mood. He also loved opera, which was a personal thing for him because that's what his father played on the record players, right? That's what he grew up with. And he also ended up teaching himself the harmonica, which drove the rest of us a little crazy. But he used music therapeutically for himself. I use music therapeutically for myself as well. So I have a meditation coach, and what she does for me is she helps me write a script on what it is that I'm working on. And it's my words, but her voice that I listen to. And she has a song in the background for me. It's not in English. I don't even know what language it's in, but hearing that sound, hearing that song as I'm meditating with this script really helps me get into that space of manifesting and listening. And it actually, I've used it also to help me with a song that I wrote for myself that I wanted to memorize a phrase. And This phrase is actually, you know what? I'm going to ask Christy and put her on the spot right now, because we did talk before about what it is that you do, because that's a great segue into my next song.
Okay.
Right.
Music is a big connection for me. I'm in recovery from substance use, mainly alcohol. And so I'm part of a Dirty Sisters organization, because we like the band called the Dirty Heads, which is like a fusion of ska, reggae, punk, hip hop, all fused into one. And the lead singer, he's sober, and a lot of the bands I like, they're sober, or their singer is, or yeah. And so what I do is I'm one of the 3 founders of the Sober Squad part of the organization. And at concerts, venues, there's a location where I'm at, and people know where I'm at, so that if they feel triggered and they're trying to stay sober or anything, or just feel uncomfortable, they know where I'm at. Come join me, dance with me, and have fun, and be in a safe spot and enjoy your show and learn how to live with enjoying music and being comfortable out there with everybody else. Yeah. Mhm.
Next question about how music is used for social connection. So, whether, I mean, if you're in recovery, or, you know, you want to be more social, you know, it's always a good tool. I know for me, it helps me exercise. I'll just put the earbuds in my ear and I'm ready to go for a walk. Whereas if I didn't have the music, I would be, you know, thinking of all the feedback that I'm getting, all the outside sounds, and overstimulated. I just put the music on and I can just take a long walk and I'm perfectly at peace after that. So
Nice. Yeah, whenever I go to like a gym or something and I see people working out, they usually have their headphones on, right? Because they're probably playing, you know, I can do this for 3 minutes, or I can do this for this song, instead of counting reps of whatever they're doing, right? So that's a good motivator.
The thing that's funny at Planet Fitness,
Yeah.
you can actually log in to their sound system and request songs. And so in the middle of summer, there's somebody works out there who either thinks it's funny or likes to work out to Christmas songs. Here you are pumping iron and Frosty the Snowman. Of course, makes us laugh.
Yeah.
Right. That's the other thing. You know, I loved with, you know, when my kids were younger and they were kind of grumbly, I would have like spontaneous dance, like just throw on some music.
Yes.
And 3 minutes of dancing. And it's amazing how that sound and that movement changes the perspective, changes the outcome.
Yep. You forget what you were feeling.
So a lot of people who are not feeling as up as they could.
Yes.
They're like, no, you know, like, well, you know, maybe you should talk to your therapist. Maybe you should go do this. And that all that takes a lot of time.
Mhm.
But hey, let's turn on these 3 songs you love, and in like 9 minutes, let's see how you're feeling after that.
Yeah.
definitely experience that.
Definitely.
Anybody online? Want to share? Since I'm tuning up for another song.
I'm going to teach you all a song. It's about breathing, that we all do normally and naturally, but sometimes our breath we need to change to help us calm down. There's 3 words. It's breathe, in, and out. So I'll start it and you keep going, and then I might do something different. So just keep going no matter what, okay? Matter of fact, I'm going to slow it down a little bit. Breathe in, breathe out. That's it. Breathe in, breathe out. Do we need to have it be a little bit higher for us? No, that's okay. Okay. Help me now. Breathe in, breathe out. Breathe in, breathe out. Keep going, breathe. Breathe out. I'm listening to you. Breathe in, breathe out. When I breathe in, keep going. I breathe in peace. When I breathe out, I breathe out love. When I breathe in, I breathe in peace. When I breathe out, I breathe out love. Breathe in, breathe out. Breathe in, breathe out. Keep going. Breathe in, breathe out. Breathe in. When I breathe in peace. When I breathe out love. When I breathe in, I breathe. When I breathe out love. Breathe in, breathe out. Breathe in, breathe out. I did that when I got to go down after Katrina. I went down to New Orleans and I was in a school with all these little kids. And I got to go into their classroom and I taught them that song and they were going, breathe, breathe out at the top of their lungs. Sorry, didn't mean to scare anyone. But by the end of the song, they were all very calm. So it was really, again, the magic of music and being in that moment, right? Renee, yep, that's what you did with those kids.
Right.
That's what we all did right now. So the magic of music.
So I only have one other question as far as the learning objectives, but of course we can talk about all sorts of other things. What are some cool therapeutic music projects that you've involved in or that we might want to research for them?
Oh, okay. So one that I mentioned was Music and Memory, which is online, and that has to do with creating your own personal playlist. You don't have to have dementia to do this. And they talk you through it as far as creating it for yourself or creating it for a person that you love or a person with dementia and how to do that. And that site is Music and Memory. And I think Bridget will be kind enough to send all these resources out to folks. Another is Music by the Bedside, of having someone come and play for you. You don't have to be in your bed. You can be sitting. That's okay. And having that personal relationship, again, back to the personal playlist. The cool thing about that live therapeutic music is as you change, especially in the hospital, your heart rate changes. The practitioner can adjust that music to fit you and to serve you best, right? So, yeah. What else? Going to a concert in order to make connections, right?
Just so everyone knows, the Warrington Community Band's
Yes.
holiday concert is on Monday at 7:00
Perfect.
at Fauquier High School. It is free. You don't have to get tickets.
I love it.
You just show up.
7 o'clock at the
7
high
o'clock
school.
at the high school on Monday.
For those of you who live in this
Fauquier
area,
High School, yeah.
find one in your own area if you don't live in Warrington. Yeah. So to make those connections, I think it's that personal awareness. And if it's not a personal awareness, to have a buddy, right? That knows you really well, that you can just like, oh man, I'm really blue. And then have that person say, hey, when's the last time you listened to whatever your favorite song is, right? Or, hey, will you sing that breathe in, breathe out song with me right now? Let's just do that right now, right? So that's really powerful. Another way to do it.
I think also you can make, and probably you all, I know my daughters do. They have their own playlists and they title them by mood.
Nice. Yes, I love
So,
it.
you know,
Mhm.
this is the happy playlist. This is the, excuse the words, this is the kick-ass playlist,
Yes.
right? This is when I need to inspire myself to get out there,
Yeah.
you know, that type of thing. But the other wonderful thing about creating these playlists is if unfortunately you do get sick,
Hmm.
or even years down the road, you end up with dementia, you've already done the work.
Yeah.
So your relatives and all that don't need to then go, okay, what were her favorite
Favorite
songs?
songs, right?
Like, what did she like listening
Right.
to?
We want to help this person.
It's
Yeah.
almost empowering yourself to have power later.
I love that, Renee. That's
So
beautiful.
you have sort of a choice. But yeah, and making it easy. So even though, I mean, now I have to say that like making those playlists is nothing like when we used to have to like use the, you know, personal cassette recorder and wait for the radio. I mean,
Yeah.
Charlene and Joel, you all probably remember this. We'd have to wait for it to come on the radio, and then you'd hit record really quick. And you would then have your mother walk in the room to say something, and you'd be like, oh, you ruined it. Now we do it all over again.
Right.
So
Right.
it's much easier now with things like Spotify and iTunes and all that.
I know for me and my sisters, instead of sharing names, a lot of times we'll share songs, like, you know, I thought of you, this is a song that, you know, made me think of you, or this song might cheer you up, something like that. You know, it's, share back and forth. Our videos are just really funny, you know, like, I never saw this back in 1980.
Right. Well, just today, apparently, I was sharing this with Christy. If anyone watched the X-Files, talk about songs, like
Yeah.
bringing people together. So apparently 25 years ago, in one of the episodes of the X-Files, it's a bar scene and there's a country band on the stage and they're playing the song. Well, 25 years ago when it happened, all these, can't remember what they call the X-File groupies, but anyway, people
I didn't know there was one. I wanna be-
wanted to know what that song was and nobody could find it. Well, recently, one of the Gen Zers heard it and couldn't find it and took to Twitter, now known as X. And it turned out the individual who wrote the song and his collaborator came out. They had never, you know, realized. And so now it's a big thing. It was on NPR today. That the song has been located and now you can listen to it if you want. And it's just, so that was 25 years of people interacting online
Wow,
to try to find what the song was.
that's pretty cool.
Music brought all those people together.
Right.
Yeah, I love that.
But I also love like thinking back to your childhood or thinking about, you know, your earlier life when you're like, what's that song?
Mhm.
Calling one of your old friends and saying, okay, this has been driving me crazy. I know this is a blast from the past because I haven't talked to you in so long, but what was that song we always listened to, you know, in the car? Yeah. With the hood down or with the, you know, windows down or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a great way to start a conversation with somebody, you know, if you can't think of anything to say, you know, be like, what, have you heard any good song lately, you know? So what are some of everyone's favorite Christmas songs?
Any favorite holiday songs out there, you know, and it could be a 4th of July song. That's okay. That's a holiday.
I already shared mine.
My
She
favorite
shared it.
Christmas song is Mary Did You?
Oh, that's beautiful.
Yeah. I love the, do you hear what I hear?
Yeah, that's always.
Mhm. Now, funny song, I am not Jewish, but there is a Hanukkah song that they dubbed over, one of the a cappella groups has put it over Dynamite,
Get ready to talk.
and it is fabulous. Charlene, do you have a favorite song, favorite holiday song?
Yeah, you're gonna laugh. Grandma got run over by a
We're by
reindeer.
reindeer.
I'm one of 9 children and we used to listen to that and sing it every year.
Joel, how about you? What's your favorite Christmas song or holiday song?
Me?
Yep.
A Holy Night. And I love singing it myself.
Which
and-
one?
Oh, Holy Night.
Yes.
I sang it at church choir. We had a great female retired opera singer who was the soloist and singing along with her in a choir. It's like unbelievable memory. It just like Pavarotti who sang that song. It's I wanted to mention a name. I'm going to give a plug. Austin Brown. Has anyone heard of him? He sings with a group called an a cappella group called Home Free, and he's a tenor. And there's an Austin Brown who's a relative of the Jackson family. So he's African American, but the Austin Brown I'm talking about is Caucasian. Anyway, I highly recommend Austin Brown and also Home Free. Austin is an amazing singer, young man with an amazing voice. No connection commercially or anything. I just love listening to him sing, and I love to sing along with him. That's it.
Thanks, Joel.
Right?
Well, the name of it, I think it's Christmas Time in the City.
Oh, yeah.
Silver bells.
Yeah, that's it, Silver Bells, thank you. Because I grew up in Detroit, in the city,
Oh, okay.
so it reminds me of my childhood. Never thought I'd spend most of my life out in the country. With the cows, but. So, I think maybe the contrast really means even more to me.
Yeah.
Like Joy to the World, but as a kid for sure, Gloria, like in Excelsis. Oh yeah.
I love that. We're
Try
gonna
to
sing
make
that
it
one.
the
Yeah.
entity who can like hold their breath the longest. Yeah.
Were you in a choir?
No.
Okay.
He was playing the piano.
Oh, that's right.
I-
I was telling Mary, mine changes every year, but this year it is the Christmas Waltz by Frank Sinatra. Like every time it comes on, I don't know, I just drop everything. It's so beautiful. I don't know what it is.
I don't know whether it's nostalgia,
Huh.
but I really have a hard time with like the new Christmas songs.
Yeah, me too, to be honest.
I'm like,
Yeah.
what is this? Like,
Right.
where are the classics? Like,
Yeah, bring them back.
yeah,
Bring back silver bells, right?
And even like the new artists that like redo the old songs, so they might start with like the first two lines. I'm like, okay, I can listen to this. This sounds like what I'm used to. And then all of a sudden,
Gone.
like they break into rap or something, and I'm like, wait.
Okay.
Right, right. You know what you like.
Yes.
Exactly. And you get it, hopefully.
Mhm.
Yes, exactly. One of my favorites is deck the halls with boughs of holly, fa la 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 la. 'Tis the season to be jolly, fa la 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 la. Don we now our gay apparel, fa la 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 la. Troll the ancient Yuletide carol, fa la 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 la. And someone once asked me, so what does fa la la mean? And I said, it means I don't know the words. Right? And yes, the Beatles did this. Na, 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 help me now. Hey, Jude, right?
Well, it's, I don't know the words are, I can't figure out what words belong here if you're the Beatles. So let's just fill this
Exactly,
space.
exactly. Space holders, exactly, for those of us who are songwriters, exactly, yeah. So, I think we have just a little bit more time here. Did you have any
Nope.
last requests? Sounds like we're all gonna die. No. Something to think about, which I found fascinating. So it was the passage of my parents that actually made a change in my life. 6 years ago and 5 years ago, my mom who had dementia and my father who definitely depression, probably bipolar stuff. The journey with them was fascinating and beautiful and the most learning I've ever had. And believe me, I've had a lot of formal education, both at universities and in numerous workshops and certifications. But that process of the end of life journey was amazing to me and has changed my career from being Mary Shapiro music and all about me and my songs to Sounds of Hope live, to be using music therapeutically. And with that, I had a personal experience of my mom, who I think she was a selective mute in the sense that she could sing She couldn't speak, or she chose not to speak and talk to us about, oh, these cookies are great or anything like that. But when we started to sing, she sang every lyric and she knew all those old songs.
Right.
And I was the one paging through the books trying to find the lyrics, but she knew them. Right. And that is how our brains work. What comes early stays there. Right. As our brains grow, and then as our brains deteriorate, you've still got that stuff that you got early. Right. So that was a beautiful experience to have with her, to be able to sing with her. And my father, I actually got to sing at his bedside and write a song with him that I'm not going to play right now, but I am going to play one of his favorites. And he loved to sing and play his harmonica, and he wanted everyone else to sing as well. You are my sunshine, my only sunshine. You make me happy. When skies are gray, you'll never know, dear, how much I love you. Please don't take my sunshine away. I'm not going to sing the verses because the words are really depressing. If you know them, they're about dying, right? Right. And your love dying and all those types of things. But we should, and someone has, there's a number of people that have, and I challenge you, if you like this song or you know someone who likes this song, to change the words of the verses and have it be about them. Maybe even throw their name in there. I'm going to try it right here just for the fun of it. I'm very grateful to everyone here. Thank you for coming today. I hope you have a day. Thank you for bringing sunshine my way. Help me out. You are my sunshine, my only sunshine. You make me happy. My skies are gray, not blue, great. You'll never know, dear, how much I love you. Please don't take my sunshine away. Please don't take it. Please don't take my sunshine away. That's that amen song for it, right? So we're gonna do one more, which was my mom's favorite. And then we're gonna do one of the Christmas songs. I think we'll do Joy to the World. Okay. You know the lyrics, right? Okay. So this was my mom's favorite song. And I wrote this song, and writing can be very therapeutic. Does anybody here like to write when they're blue or when they're happy? You know, journaling can be very, very therapeutic. And this song was first called The Room of Despair. You can imagine what it was about. It was about a very bad, challenging situation when I was a classroom teacher, and it was, you name it, it was bad. So 2 years after I wrote that song, I was in another situation. I have a lot of different situations in my life, and I was a youth minister, and I wasn't working, so I needed a blessing. And I actually use my instrument to help me pray and help me meditate. And the tune from Room in Despair came flooding into my ears, but new words came in the form of a blessing. And I would like to share this blessing song with you, whether you're going on a journey physically or metaphysically or emotionally, or please receive it for someone else that you know that might need a blessing. And then we'll sing Joy to the World. Love go before you, leave peace behind you. Send angels to guide you on your left and your right. Great Father above you, gentle Mother below you, will teach you and show you the sacred in all. As if you see with God's eyes, hear with his ears. When you touch with God's hand, she will calm all your fears. Open your mind, help your heart understand the sacred in all. So love go before you, leave peace behind you. Send the angels to guide you on your left and your right. Great Father above you, gentle Mother below you, will teach you and show you the sacred in all. Will teach you and show you the sacred in all. The Lord is come. And the nature sing, and oh, holy night, the stars are brightly shining. It is the night of our dear Savior's birth. Long lay the world in sin and error pining, till he appeared and the soul felt its worth. Under breaks la la la, for yonder breaks when glorious morn. Fall on your knees. Fall on your knees. Oh, hear the angels' voice. Oh, no, divine, no night when Christ was born. Oh, no, divine, oh, no, oh, holy night. We wish you a Merry Christmas. We wish you a Merry Christmas. We wish you a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. Good tidings we bring to you at your door. Good tidings for Christmas and a Happy New Year. We wish you a Merry Christmas. We wish you a Merry Christmas. We wish you a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. Thank you all so much for joining us today.
Thank you, Mary.
Yes. Mary, do you know any of Grandma Got Run Over by a Reindeer?
If you guys sing it, I can try to back you up on it. I actually don't know it, but it's in here. Because someone else requested.
Charlene, are you ready? Grandma Got Run Over by a Reindeer?
You gotta sing it really loud, you guys. 'Cause it's
We're gonna try it.
73. Go ahead.
We've got the words. All right. And I'm not that musical, so David's gonna lead us.
Okay.
Go.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Grandma got run over by a reindeer, walking home from our house Christmas Eve.
You might say there's no such thing as Santa. But as for me and Grandpa, we believe she'd been drinking too much eggnog, and we begged her not to go. But she forgot her medication, and she staggered out the door into the snow. When we found her Christmas morning at the scene of the attack, she'd had hoof prints on her forehead and incriminating claws marks on her back. Grandma got run over by a reindeer walking home from our house Christmas Eve. You can say there's no such thing as Santa, but as for me and Grandpa, we believe.
Thank you.
Nailed it.
We did.
Silver bells?
Silver bells. Will you find it for me? I think it might be alphabetical. City sidewalks. Silver bells, silver bells.
Silver-
Ring a ring, hear them ring. It will be Christmas Day. With their treasure. The snow bunch, their kids bunch. This is Santa's day. Silver bells, here we go. Silver bells. Ring-a-ling, ring-a-ling. Tag that last line, soon it will be. Yay, silver bells.
This was very nice. Thank you all for joining us today. I am going to send out a list of the resources and projects that we talked about. And a list, Mary's contact information, of course,
Thank you.
Chrissy's contact information, Lori's. So stay tuned for that, and please complete the evaluation that will be at the end screen after this. We really appreciate your feedback, and it helps us to improve these events going forward. So wish you all the best and happy holidays, and we hope to see you at an upcoming event soon. Have a great afternoon.
Thanks for coming.
Bye.
Thanks for coming.
Thank you so much, Mary.
Oh my gosh,
Thank you,
that
Mary.
was so much fun.
Thank you so much. This
Thank
was
you,
wonderful.
guys.
Really appreciate it.
It's so much more fun for me to be able to do this in addition to doing this. So, yeah. Yay. Yay.
Great.
So you and I,
Yes.
we're